Anything else?
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant? It's from a ground car.
You sure?
The angle of impact was almost head-on. And there ain't too many spinner drivers klutzy enough to smack a street-level hydrant in VTOL mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy, McCoy.
Anything else?
Come back at me when you got something worthwhile, McCoy. Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like the perp was really pissed off at something.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef. Makes all kinds of new sushi.
Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354. Still working the explosion at the Tyrell manufacturing plant. It'll take a day or so to analyze the debris, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're dealing with a bomber here. Right now, it looks like the protesters had nothing to do with it. They were in too close proximity to have been in on the deal. No MOs or identities are rolling up just yet, and I'm still going through the inset files to see if any replicant munitions experts are unaccounted for. Describe them to me again.
Just the Rastafarian fellow. And that friend of his, a slim blonde man, Asian, with a ponytail. Can I see my attorney?
Let me ask you a question. Who the hell bankrolls your operation?
Well, we have a number of anonymous donors.
Such as?
So anonymous even, I don't know who they are. People with resources.
Bravo, Spencer. You've done your civic duty for the day. This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354, conducting the interrogation of Spencer Gregorian, leader of CARS.
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week. This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week. This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
31 Sector 3, 1179, possible 1144 in the Chinatown District. Vehicle versus pedestrian, 1020 is Yukon Street. Be advised, suspect vehicle has fled the scene. All units stand by for emergency traffic. BOL, dark sedan, possible front-end damage. Wanted for hit and run on a ped in Chinatown District. Last seen northbound on Yukon.
Roof.
Are they letting me out?
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
I suppose it's my turn to bear the cross for the cause.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I don't know them.
Were they together?
They seemed to be. I saw them talking.
Before or after the explosion?
Before. I didn't see them at all after. That's all I know, I swear. I wouldn't even know where to find explosives. I'm not a violent man.
Of course you aren't. You just want to let replicants walk the streets.
They're not killers, Detective. They're innocents. They just want to live a decent, productive life like you or me.
It's that simple, huh? I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause, Spencer?
Yes, sir. We're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit. What else do you guys do besides wave signs and get arrested?
We're peaceful people, Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad, a way for the slaves to escape cruelty and find freedom.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. Friends with access to vehicles, to escape routes. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped.
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk. I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective, she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care.
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down. Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. What do you do for a living?
I teach political science.
What's your name?
Spencer Gregorian. I really think my lawyer should be here.
I'm not going to ask you anything incriminating. For your anniversary, your spouse gives you a real goldfish.
I donated to a family that couldn't afford an animal.
You pour yourself a drink. Every time you finish one, you have another until you vomit. You wake up hungover and depressed.
What's your point?
Just say whatever comes into your mind.
You're a brutish oaf and a murderer, and I am not an alcoholic.
There you go. Like my briefcase? Department issue. Baby hide. 100% genuine human baby hide.
Appropriate. For a killer.
Your best friend has done something to make you angry.
I wouldn't keep it bottled up inside. I'd tell her what was bothering me.
You suddenly feel the urge to commit suicide.
I love life too much to commit suicide. You wouldn't know about that, would you?
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
I try to reason with them.
Are you taking any drugs?
No. How does your machine work? Is it a lie detector?
Not exactly. Your verbal responses aren't what's important. Why? You got something to hide, Spencer?
Absolutely not.
You're watching an old movie. It shows a banquet in progress. The guests are enjoying raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
And this test is supposed to determine if the subject is a replicant?
Is that an answer?
Even a replicant would react to these questions.
Yes, but slowly and not as strongly. Let's continue.
Test terminated.
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef makes all kinds of new sushi.
There's not a lot I can tell you.
Describe them to me again.
Just the Rastafarian fellow. And that friend of his. A slim blonde man, eh?
This is Crystal Steel badge number BR61354, conducting the interrogation of Spencer Gregorian, leader of CARS, Citizens Against Replicants.
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
Select destination. Police station. Chinatown.
You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know, and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
North, huh? Locked. 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 Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high. Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't... Keeping out of trouble, Howie?
You bet, McCoy. Some joker you are.
The guy dumped new sooch all over my coat and didn't even stick around to apologize. Looked like someone with a guilty conscience to me.
Select destination. Police station.
Mainframe and shooting range. Ground floor. Laboratory.
Anything else?
Come back at me when you got something worthwhile, McCoy.
Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. No clues transferred. Clue database transfer complete. Run sitter crime scene.
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Yeah, suicidal target.
Everybody's getting...
Select destination. Your apartment.
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that. I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moon bus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s, so don't take too much slack.
Gotcha. Yuck. Yuck.
Your floor number, please.
Roof.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time. Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes, an almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed. Portrait of the sleep-deprived. Pick up.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry, I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break on it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.